Welcome to Go Get Great, the podcast for aspiring entrepreneurs and ambitious small business owners. I'm your host, Brittany, owner of Brittany Miller Socials and mother of 3. Go Get Great is all about helping you make life and business work together. You'll learn about the fumbles that helped get me and my guests to where we are today so you don't have to make them. So come join the journey with Go Get Great. Hello. So I'm over here trying to get ready to have a baby, and Meta has decided that it's Christmas time for creators, and they are dropping new features and making announcements left, right, and center. And I'm like, okay, this is important. You guys need to know this. So here I am, hopefully going to be a real quick, to the point episode, letting you know what's been going on Instagram in this last week, because it has been a lot. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster, actually. So I'm going to start with some of the basics. You guys may have noticed that Instagram released a bunch of new stickers on your Instagram stories. So these I'm actually super excited about. I think they're going to be a lot of fun to use. Let me just see, what are some of the new ones? So they've added a frames feature, which is going to be really fun for layering your story content. So you'll have like an image in the background and then you add a frame and you can choose another image from your camera roll or the same image from your camera roll and add a little caption underneath of it. So this is going to make it easier and faster for you guys to build more visually dynamic stories that engage your audience rather than trying to use like workarounds and text features or potentially even designing some of your content in Canva. So I think that one's going to be really fun. The other one that they released that I'm excited about, well, there's 2 other ones. They also added an add yours music. So I'm guessing this is for music creators. I haven't played around with this one too much because this isn't something that's super relevant to my business. And like I said, kind of getting ready to have a baby. So we've been picking and choosing what's most important to us. And they've also added a feature called Reveal. And this one I really like. So basically what it does is you'll choose a picture that will get blacked out and then you can type a message and people can see what your reveal is. Like it gets revealed to them if they send you a message using like a specific keyword or things like that. So this is kind of like using ManyChats but done through Instagram. So you could put a blacked out picture up of some tips and tricks for social media and say, you know, comment hooks and you'll see 10 real hooks that you can use the next time you're creating social media content. So then you'll get a message from these people saying hooks, they get to see the content that you've already put up in your story and then you can start a conversation with them, you know, hey, thanks so much for your interest in getting 10 hooks for your reels. You know, do you want to book a free discovery call and we can chat about how we can put these into a social media strategy for you or something like that. You could also use it as like a prelude to a lead magnet. So if you use something like ManyChats, when people comment hooks to reveal the story, then they could get an automated message saying, hey, if you thought these 10 hooks were great, if you click here or input your email address in the Instagram chat, then I'll send you an email with another 100 hooks that you can use on Instagram. So I think that that's going to be a really fun feature to try out and use in different ways for your business. I'm really excited for that one. So those were kind of the new story updates. So those were the quick story updates. I saw those earlier this week and I was like, oh, this is going to be really fun. We'll try and put some content together for that. Then after that, Instagram made an announcement saying that it didn't feel like it had been very good to small businesses and small creators. So they were going to be making some updates to the algorithm. Woohoo for us small businesses. I was so excited to hear this. I was really excited to hear this because I kind of also felt like that it was a little bit kind of pay to play or like you really have got to get lucky in something that you're doing on social media, which sounds bad to say. And I don't like saying that because I know that there is a certain amount of strategy that you can use to get better reach and results in your business. But even if you're doing all of the right things, it can still feel super frustrating if you're only getting, you know, a couple hundred views on your posts and if your current followers aren't even seeing your content, which is one of the reasons why I've always encouraged business owners to utilize email marketing in addition to social media, because it kind of combats that. You can make those initial connections, have those conversations, build those relationships on social media, but then convert them to your email list so that you can continue talking to them without fear that your Instagram content is just magically going to disappear from their feed and they're going to forget who you are. So basically what they were saying in this new announcement this week is that to help the little guys more, the small creators and the small businesses, they were going to change the way that the algorithm works. Now, keep in mind that they're not planning on rolling a lot of these changes out until the summertime. I'm thinking July and August, most likely was what I've seen. And that might just be a little bit of hearsay because it didn't actually say when in the video, but later in the summer is when they were starting to roll out some of these changes, and they'll come to different countries at different times. So depending on where Canada ranks in Instagram's priority list, it'll likely start in like the US. I think potentially Australia was mentioned there as well. So it might be a little bit longer for us, or we might kind of get it a little bit at the beginning. But basically what's going to happen when they roll this out is that you're going to have your content shown to non-followers sooner, which is great because backing up, what it looks like right now is you make a post and it gets shown to like a small percent of your followers, like maybe 5 or 10%. Not an exact number, but think tiny. So if you have 100 people that follow you, 5 or 10 of them are going to see this post. If those 5 and 10 people really like it, they comment, they engage with it, then Instagram goes, okay, this is of interest. I'm going to show it to more of your followers. So then more people see it. Same concept. If they like and engage it, then they'll show it to more of your followers and also start showing it to some people that don't follow you to see if they'd be interested in your content because your people already like it and they can tell that the post is doing well. Which is why for a long time people are like, oh, you have to post at a specific time of day when all of your followers are online, because if they don't see and engage with your content right away, then Instagram's not going to show it to people. So it was true and not true. Your people need to engage with it. It doesn't necessarily need to be super immediate, and posting at a specific time of day, 5 days a week or 7 days a week is not actually going to benefit your account. So there is some hearsay in some of that as well, but the premise was that your followers need to really like your content before it gets shown to anybody else. And if your followers don't engage with that post right away, then Instagram doesn't show it to more of your followers and doesn't show it to any new followers. So that was where really dialing in on your content strategy, making sure that you're creating posts that people want to see, that they have engaging visuals so that people actually stop and look at your content, and then captions that are motivating people to action so that they are engaging with it, not just watching it and moving on. So that's still going to be important, but we're going to hopefully start seeing more people seeing our content right away, and that will help grow our following and then hopefully our engagement as well. So I think that this is going to be a really good thing for small creators whenever it gets rolled out. And again, sooner the better, I really hope. And the more you can still dial in on your social media strategy, the better your results are going to be, even with this new update. So it's just going to help amplify what you're already doing. If you don't have a content strategy, if you're not posting consistently, if your followers aren't engaging with your content, you're not going to see probably very many more benefits from this new transition that they're making. So it's still important, but regardless, you will probably see a bump in your numbers over the summer, which is great. So then Instagram decided that's not enough. We're going to do more. And this is where it goes maybe a little bit downhill. I'm going to preface this by saying that I'm not super excited about this new announcement. And I think it's going to have me reevaluating my marketing strategy. In total transparency. Like, I love Instagram, don't get me wrong. I'm probably never going to move away from the platform 100%, but I am getting really frustrated, kind of like I said earlier, where it feels like more and more it's a pay-to-play kind of game, and small business owners simply cannot compete against large business owners who have budgets of thousands and thousands of dollars that they can spend on ads each month. So this is going to be another paid thing for Instagram, and I'm really not sure how this is going to work, because honestly these two announcements feel really contradictory. Like, really contradictory. They're like, we're not helping out small businesses, so we're going to change our algorithm and do this to support them. And now this new announcement is like, but we're introducing more ways that you should pay us to get better reach. So to me, something's not adding up here. This doesn't make sense. So I don't know how this is all going to play out as a whole. But the other thing that Instagram announced this week is that they're introducing more Meta paid verification services. They're calling them tiers in their business. So basically what this means is that there's now more ways that you can give Meta money, which they are very excited about. I am not excited about. You'll notice that my account does not have a little blue check mark beside it because I don't think that I should have to pay to have people know that I am a real person. But it's going to be similar to that. So right now there's a standard Meta verified package and it's $14.99 a month. That's US. And what it does is it gives you the verification badge. It also lets you rank higher in searches when people are looking for you or people that kind of do what you do. It also gives you impersonation protection. So it's supposed to help, or rather prevent people from creating fake accounts about you. And it gives you the ability to add links to images and access customer support more easily, which, as we know, getting a hold of customer support is basically non-existent with Meta. Facebook is hit and miss, but Instagram, I've tried and got nowhere. So that's the existing one. They've now announced 3 additional tiers that you can purchase and invest in to kind of support your business in different ways. So the next tier up is called the Plus plan, and it's $44.99 per month. And what that includes, let me just get my details here. So that's called Meta Verified Business Plus, and like I said, it's $44.99 per month. It's available on mobile devices only. Kind of not surprised about that since Instagram doesn't really do much in the way of on your computer. But you get all of the benefits in standard, which is the verification badge, the impersonation protection, Meta support, enhanced profiles, and search optimization, aka you show up higher in searches when people look for you. So you get all of that, plus you get your issues resolved more quickly through Meta verified support. So they're giving you more support. I don't really know how much more support they can give you, but they're doing that. They're also giving you enhanced profiles, meaning that you can share up to 3 business addresses. So for me, I work out of my house. I don't want my address on my profile. I'm not interested in that. But if you're a business that has multiple locations, that could actually be kind of beneficial so that people know where all you're located and how they can find you. I don't know if it's worth paying $50 a month for that, but there's that. And it will also let you showcase 3 of your other profiles on your account. So this kind of piqued my interest a little bit, and I may test it out just to see, but I'm not usually a huge fan of the pay to play sort of situation on social media. But I do have multiple profiles. So for me, I would want to showcase my podcast profile on my Brittany Miller Socials one so that people can see it and go there and kind of get more information. Like I said, if you were a business that had multiple locations and each location had their own Instagram profile, then you can kind of connect all 3 together that way. That would be kind of cool. Or if you have like a personal profile that you use a lot, like a year ago when I did that, I would probably link all 3 of mine, my personal, my podcast, and then my Brittany Miller Socials, but I don't really use my personal one anymore. You'll also be listed in the featured account section. So when you guys are scrolling through your feed, you've already noticed that they've got like the sponsored ads technically, or when you go to someone's profile and you follow them and it's like more accounts that you might like. Well, in those sections, when you purchase the Meta Business Verified Plus plan here, your profile is going to show up in some of those sections. So you'll show up in like the recommended sponsor kind of spots. It's not paid advertising. Instead of saying sponsored with the ad that you've paid to promote, it's just going to be like accounts you might like, and it'll list some of those there. It's going to be kind of a carousel format, so you can like swipe through, at least from the pictures that I've seen floating around on Instagram so far. And you'll show up, like I said, when you hit follow, it'll be like more accounts you might like. The people that pay will get those spaces instead of just other creators that Meta thinks you might be interested in. And the last thing that's included in this one is that you can include links in up to 2 reels a month. I think that's a big womp womp for me. If Instagram wants you to create content like consistently to be on their platform, why are they letting you only include links in 2 of your reels? It was like there are lots of months where I'm creating, well, I usually create about 10 posts a week. So 40 social media posts a week. A lot of those are reels, and I can only include links in 2 of them. That somehow does not jive for me, but it is something. I think that there's a lot of ways around that too. So, I mean, as much as it would be nice to have a link embedded right in a reel that people could like actually click and get more information with, that would be cool. But you can use things like ManyChats and like keyword DM automations that are going to do the same thing. And you don't usually have to pay for those unless you do it a lot, in which case you do. But like you can do it in all of your reels and all of your static posts and your stories and all of that. And I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure ManyChats is going to be less than $45 a month, and it works for all of your content, not just 2 of your reels. So lots to consider there. So that's the Meta Verified Business Plus. Meta Verified Business Plus. Man, I'm going to get these names wrong for a while. $45 a month US. So then the next tier up is Meta Verified Business Premium. So this is going to be, wait for it, $149.99 a month. We are like already out of whatever budget I might have considered for this. It is presently going to be on sale for $119.99 a month. Again, this is US. I don't know how long they're going to run this sale for, but it's presently on sale. So, you know, and you get all the benefits I just mentioned, links into reels, additional support, enhanced profiles, 3 addresses on your profile, and you can link up to 3 other profiles. In addition to that, you also get employee impersonation protection for 2 employees. You get more Meta Verified support. This time you can request a call from an agent. Okay. I don't really know where that might become helpful for people, but that's what's included. You also get an enhanced profile, meaning that you can share up to 5 business addresses and showcase up to 5 other profiles in your profile. You get featured more. That's literally what it says, more featured. It is not saying how much or how often, it just says more. So that to me is very vague. And if you're really going to pay for this so that your account is like being promoted to people, I would want some more specifics about how that works, how often you're getting shown, maybe even who you're getting shown to. So I've got a lot of questions about this. I assume as it gets closer to being rolled out, they'll probably answer some of these, but these are just like my initial gut feeling reactions to this. And in this one, you get links in 4 reels per month. So like 1 a week. So again, still nowhere near the level of content that most of us are creating. So I don't know whether this is like a subtle create less content because everyone's overwhelmed thing, which I would be cool with, or if they just don't really think about how much content creators put out in a month. Unsure on that one. And it also says it offers customized messaging chats, but it doesn't specify any more details about what that actually means. And there's like customized messaging features already in the sense that, you know, you can have pre-programmed things, messages that pop up when people send you a DM. So I'm curious to know what else is going to be included in that, but at the moment I don't have any more details. So again, that was Meta Verified Premium. Employee protection, you can request a call, 5 business addresses, 5 other profiles, more featured, links in 4 reels, customized messaging chats, in addition to everything else. Currently on sale for $120 a month, going to be $150 US. And then the last one, Meta Verified Business Max. Fancy name. This one is going to be, ready for it? I feel like this needs a drum roll. $499 a month, I'm pretty sure. It's kind of hard to read with the line through it, but I think it says $499. Maybe it's $400. I will hope that it's $400 because who's paying $500 a month to Meta, but I digress. Also on sale for $349.99 per month, which is why I'm thinking maybe it's $400. So it's $50 off if you buy it during their promo period. So it gives you all of the benefits that I just mentioned in premium, plus you get employee impersonation protection for 5 people. You can receive active case monitoring. I don't really know what that is because I haven't really had cases open with Meta before. So If you know, send me a message and let me know. I've been fortunate enough that I haven't really needed to contact them, which is good because, like I said, they're not really great at getting contacted and contacting you back. You also get enhanced profiles, meaning that you can share up to 8 business addresses and have 8 other profiles mentioned on your profile. You are most featured. Again, still super vague. Doesn't tell you what most featured means, where it's getting put, whatever. But you can get 6 links per month in your reels. Okay. And then you get a semi-annual account review. So again, I haven't really had much contact with Meta Verified before. I have had people from like Facebook ads reach out to me recently that I've started doing a little bit of that. Still on the fence about how effective that is, but that's a topic for another podcast episode. So maybe this semi-annual account review would be really helpful. I highly doubt that they're going to be like super specific in things that you could be doing to really improve your content and improve your results, because I just don't think that they have the volume or truthfully the desire to provide that level of support to people. It's not like when I go into an account and I'm like, okay, here's a 30-minute video of a bunch of things that you should fix to get better results from your content. Like that's regularly what I do in my coaching sessions and things like that. I am very like in the weeds in people's accounts, but I take it very seriously, and it's like one-on-one. It is custom, like high touch services. And I just can't see Meta doing that because of the volume of people that are going to be purchasing this, which terrifies me to say, but like I know that people are going to pay for this, especially the big businesses. They're like, oh, getting paid to be promoted, this is grand, let's do it. And they also have the budgets to do that. Like these are the companies that are throwing $5,000 at Meta for paid ads each month, and they don't really care whether it generates results or not. It's basically just a checkbox for them. Well, that's not the reality for small businesses, which is why this bums me out so much, because I think for the next little while they roll this out and so many people at least try this out, it's probably going to tank our engagement, or at least our organic reach, which is, like I said earlier, why I'm really confused, because on like Monday of this week, they're like, we want to help small creators. And then by Thursday of the week, they're like, pay us more money. And I'm just like, what? This doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It just does not compute. So maybe it's pregnancy brain. I'm going to blame it on pregnancy brain for now. Maybe it's just the initial announcement wasn't really clear about what all is included in this. Like I said, more featured, most featured, why only links in 4 reels per month? A lot of this just doesn't add up for me, but hopefully they will share some additional information. Now, as a social media manager, will I test some of these out? Maybe. Like I said, not really a huge fan of pay to play. If I was going to do any of them, I would maybe do the Meta Verified Business Plus. Like I said, I haven't felt the need to get the check mark, so I don't know that that one is really gonna appeal to me any more than it did like a year ago when they launched it. So if anything, I might try out the Meta Verified Business Plus. That's the $45 a month one, to see kind of how it works. I don't really need to list my business addresses. I would list my podcast profile on here and include links in my reels, but I don't know that it's worth spending $50 a month to get that little check mark to put links in 2 reels and to showcase my podcast on my profile, because I can just mention it in my bio. It's linked in my highlights. It's in my pinned posts. I'm constantly using the invite collaborator feature to add my podcast page to the content that I'm already creating. So I don't know that $50 a month for those things is really going to make sense for me when, I mean, truthfully speaking, I'm going on maternity leave in quote unquote. So I'm really trying to watch my budget right now, but I don't necessarily see the value in spending that money right now. So to be determined. If I do decide to invest in it, I'll definitely let you guys know how it goes. If any of you guys are investing in this, then please share your feedback with me so that I can hear like what it's actually about, if you like it, if it's good, if it's not. I'm also not entirely sure when they're rolling this out. I have not seen any specific dates provided about when that's coming. I'm just double checking because I was looking at a few different things, trying to find that answer because I wanted to know and nobody seems to have it. So I'm guessing that means that they don't actually know when it's coming out either. So they probably haven't announced a launch date. I'm anticipating that if Meta is rolling out a new algorithm change this summer, that this is either going to come before or after that, but probably not at the same time. Otherwise, the entire app is probably going to go on the fritz because that's just going to be too many changes all at the same time. So stay tuned for more details about that. Like I said, how this impacts you as a business owner, well, it might mean that you are paying more and you're adding another expense line to your business if you want some of these additional features. I think the first half of it is going to increase your organic reach more when they roll out the algorithm change to show your content to non-followers sooner. But having more people pay to play and be promoted and featured and things like that, I think is going to tank engagement because most of us as small business owners are not going to have the budget to be most featured at $350 a month US. So I feel like it's potentially going to offset, and I actually don't know if we're going to see any changes at all, which is super unfortunate. So it's really going to be kind of one of those wait and see sort of situations. But overall, I'm feeling a little bit bummed out by the announcements this week. So stay tuned. And like I said, this may impact how I decide to market my business. I'm probably going to lean more into email marketing and Pinterest and a little bit less on Instagram if my options are decreased reach or paying them money so that people see my content. I don't think that that's fair to small businesses or small creators. And I don't think that that's going to be a sustainable strategy for them because a lot of the businesses using Instagram right now fall into that small business category that probably don't have the budget for this. So if that's going to be how they play it, they might start losing a lot of their content creators, which would be incredibly unfortunate. But it might mean that TikTok picks up more since TikTok, at least to my knowledge, is not presently owned by Meta. It's not going to change anything on Facebook because Meta owns that too. And I did see something that said they were going to roll out some of these new changes on WhatsApp as well. So I don't actually use WhatsApp. I thought it was basically just a text messaging server. So I don't really understand how having paid promotional placements fits into that, but that could just be me. But I think Pinterest is definitely going to be up there because they seem to be kind of doing their own thing. And at least in a more consistent way that's not hurting businesses. So again, I'm new to Pinterest, but I have seen some pretty good results from it so far. So I think that's definitely something that I'll be doing. And as always, email marketing has always worked really well for my business. So I'll probably do some more of that too. So as always, I will keep you posted. And I think I've said this like 4 times already, but stay tuned. Pregnancy brain, I don't remember anything anymore. We are less than 7 days until baby is supposed to be here. Oh, less than 10 days, I guess, until baby's supposed to be here. So I'm just gonna go with that. That's what the issue is. But I will keep you posted as more information rolls out and as more things change. Man, I really hope they don't. I need a little bit of consistency for the next bit, but they're always doing something, and I will always keep you posted when these new things happen. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I hope that you found something helpful in it, at least to be more informed about what's going on and what some of these changes might look like coming in the next little while. And as always, send me a DM, message me, email, whatever works for you, and let me know how you're feeling about some of these changes. If you have any questions that you want me to try and find answers to, I shared everything that I know right now, but as I keep paying attention to what's going on, I'll definitely keep sharing that information with you. So we will see you guys all next week on the Go Get Great podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Go Get Great. I hope you found some useful tips and tricks that can help you make life and business work together. If what I said resonates with you, please share it on social media, and don't forget to tag at Brittany Miller's socials so that I can celebrate you for taking those first steps towards achieving greatness. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedication, hard work, and a lot of spirit. So don't be afraid to dream big and go after what you want. Keep striving for greatness. You get closer with every step forward, no matter how small they may seem. Until next time, go get great.